Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Wardah Muhammad from the Faculty of Business and Management, Open University Malaysia. And today, for this class, we're going to talk about leadership. Okay, so what we're going to do is look at the definitions of leadership, what is essentially leadership, the differences between managers and leaders, and we'll end with what is effective leadership. And I'll show you a video of what I think is effective leadership. Okay, so before we go on any further, I'll just introduce a bit of my background. I've been teaching for the past, 22 years, since I was 19. So I started teaching in Curtin University of Technology in Australia. At that point of time, I was not in management yet. I had taken my second degree in management, but I was teaching in economics. So it was a vastly different experience, okay? So I went in, and at that point of time, I was very skinny. You cannot imagine me then. I was very skinny and very slim. Yeah. So went in, and what I realized was that I was short. Very, very short. You know, because when I was in the front of the blackboard, I wanted to draw the graph on supply and demand. Okay, so I drew the graph, and then I said, look at the students, you know, the Australian boys. I told them, come up in front and show me where the diagram will interact, where is the equilibrium. And the guy came up, and he was like this tall. So when he drew his diagram, I couldn't reach the whiteboard the diagram. So the next time, I went in with 3-inch heels. Okay, so that was my first experience in teaching. I was too short to teach, okay? So I went, once I came back, of course, I joined Taylor's College. I worked as a training manager outside, opened up my own college. A few businesses, small businesses, restaurants, kindergartens, you know. Even had tuition centers in my own management training consultancy firm. I also worked in International Islamic University in Malaysia for a few years and then joined OUM. So my experience is both practical experience and also academic experience. So if you want to talk theories all day or just listen to me speaking, no. Okay, so I will be speaking a bit about the theories and my experience, and you will be chipping your own bit. Okay, so that's the way the class will be run. Okay, so what is leadership? What is leadership? What do you think is leadership? Let's start with this, okay? Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints of the sense of time. Beautiful? Beautiful, right? So do we do this? Do you do this?
I hope so.
You hope so? Okay, let's look back. So now is the start of 2013, right? Okay. What footstep or what impression or what change did you make to someone or some organization in 2012? Can start with Adrian? Because I can only remember your name in the first class. Let's start with Adrian. So how do you think you made an impression on someone? Maybe your family or maybe to your organization?
I can't remember any at the moment.
It can be a small thing. It can be a small thing like, I give you an example, like you were walking in KLCC, for example, right? And somebody lost their way and you were showing them the way. But that would change somebody's life, right? Because they were, you know, they might be late for a meeting and you showed them and they were on time. Something like that. Maybe you'd like to start since you're the class monitor. All right.
My name is Sushila.
Okay.
The thing that I cannot forget for 2012, which I
Yep.
never expected to do,
Mm-hmm.
I was at this Lion Hospital at 5:30 in the morning,
Okay.
emergency ward.
Uh-huh.
Because it was an emergency case.
Yeah.
Doctors were also busy with nurses.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw, I assume it's the doctor. lah,
Yeah,
with the
okay.
overall-
Oh, white coat.
Yeah, with the blue operation bag.
Yep.
He was just walking around with a $1 in his hand.
Okay.
And something told me he's dying for a drink.
Yeah.
But I think he don't have coins.
Yeah.
I don't know what made me, so I just went up to him. I said, "Are you looking for coins?" He said, "Yes, sister." And I just offered him to take the coin. And I felt so good because
Yes.
at 5:30 in the morning I could help somebody with just a
Yeah,
few
and it was just a few cents.
It was just a few cents, but it made a difference to him. He
It
was
to
so
him,
tired, he
yeah.
just needed a drink, and when
Yeah.
machines, you got to get the right one.
Yeah, if he hadn't had that drink, and operated on someone, something might have happened. No,
I
you.
said, "Who is that?" I said, "I don't know, but it doesn't matter."
Yeah. Okay,
It's
that's
a
good.
small incident, but I felt good about it.
Yeah. Okay, we're talking about what happened in 2012 that changed what you did, to change someone's life. Okay, so we've gone with the two of them. Maybe you'd like to continue?
Good morning. My name is Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not that I always do it on once a while. I do it often.
Yep.
There are many people who will get caught in a jam. And end of the day, after all this mess and all that, they will complain about themselves.
Okay.
And after that, when they go through, they just throw away and they forget about it,
Okay.
which I will never do. Yesterday, I came from Sri Santal Singapore.
Okay.
You see, right at about 10 o'clock in the morning, they are digging the road, and there's nobody there to divert it.
Okay.
And it is jamming almost 2 hours now. Everybody is, I'm sure they are all angry in
Yep.
themselves. After they pass the thing, they just forget.
Okay.
But I don't. When I go back to my office, I call Bandaraya and ask them, there is such a thing that's happening there. Can you send some officers there? Okay? And I'll always do that because I don't want to just go back and forget about it. Because if you do not call, it is going to happen tomorrow, it's going to happen tomorrow, it's going to happen tomorrow. This morning, when I went there again, this morning, because I have some things to do, I find that there is already a police officer and the enforcement department. I say, your enforcement department, you've got 100 people, 200 people, 300 people. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
They are only found writing summons.
Okay.
Actually, your duty is to make sure people go through the road. They must be happy.
Yep.
And today I find that they already put, I think, 2-3 people.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is something, every time I call, after that I go and check it's happening.
Okay, second lesson in leadership. Just go straight to the point. Okay, don't go all over the place as well. Okay, it's just, so see the changes that you have actually made to other people? And why am I asking you this question?
So you just make that change.
You're making changes in other people's life. Okay, you have been able to influence someone, for example. Okay, so making changes, doing something new, doing something important is part of leadership. That is what or who we are, leaders. So we cannot say, I'm going to be a leader. After I finish my master's in management, I'm going to be a leader. Is that true? So you get A for your leadership? Imagine you get A for leadership, then you say, well, so you go to the HR officer or whoever is interviewing you, look, so what character traits do you have? He says, and you say, no, look, I'm a leader. I got A in BMLS5103. Does that work? No. Okay, so you need to be someone special to be a leader. Okay, by someone special, I do not mean someone who has $1 million or fancy cars or fancy titles either. You don't have to be a Tan Sri or a Dato or a doctor for that matter in order for you to become a leader. Okay, so let me start again before we go through the actual definition. Can you name me very quickly, okay, each one of you, someone in your own life who is an exemplary leader? Very quickly, just tell me the name of the person and who he is. Okay, we'll start with the left side of the class now. Okay.
Faiza.
Yeah, Faiza. So who is your exemplary or your mentor or your leader, the leader in your life?
Maybe my boss, Datuk Nazim.
Okay.
Chief activist at Muslim Consumer Association of Malaysia.
Okay.
My name is Satish.
Okay.
For me, exemplary leader would be Barack Obama, President, US President.
Okay. Your leader, your exemplary
My
leader.
exemplary leader would be my ex-boss,
Okay.
Janice Chong.
Mhm.
I've always looked up to her as a mentor.
Mentor. Yes.
Mine would be Yap Kong Kong, the ex-president of the association.
Okay.
This for me would be my first boss that I worked with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Made that difference to the way
Do you?
I progress.
Okay. Yes, I keep calling Adrian only now.
At this moment, I can think about what we call K. Sri Dhanamanda. He's a monk.
Okay.
He was a chief monk of Malaysia. So that is my
Yeah, exemplary. Yep. Yes.
Well, if you look at, I would think Najib would be exemplary at the moment.
Okay.
It's not that I'm Malaysian.
Okay, you can stop there. Okay, yes. Who's your exemplary leader?
I look at my father,
Your father? Yeah, this is the answer I'm looking for actually. Yep.
because he's been brainwashed me since I was a kid. So I always look at his steps.
Okay, right? Yes.
At this moment, the person who I think of is my boss. actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's your exemplary leader. Okay, so most of you, I think about 99% of you have named your boss, your ex-boss, your current boss, or public figures as your exemplary leader. And he's the only one who has mentioned his father.
Just now when you were asking her,
Yeah, in your life. I said a leader, the exemplary leader in your life. Okay?
it would have been a mom and brother.
Yeah, it can be. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that leader does not need to be someone in position. A leader is someone who has led you before, who has influenced you and changed you. So a father would be exactly that. And if you are a father or a husband, wouldn't you be a leader to your wife and children? You should be. If not, then, how is the family going to succeed? Okay, that's how I want you to see leadership. So leadership is definitely not someone in position. Okay, leadership can be maybe your makcik canteen. Why? Yes, why? Because she might be the one who's influencing the staff. Today you eat right. I'm only going to give you tofu today. No nasi lemak. Or she's serving you cereal to promote a healthy lifestyle. And people follow her. Okay, so that's very important. So let's look at profiles. So they've got lots of names here. Some you know, some you might not know. You have named other leaders as well. So these are people in your life who are leaders. So what is actually the definition of leadership? I'm not going to go through all. So you can see, an agent induces a subordinate to behave in a desired manner. That is all the bosses, right? Directing and coordinating the work of group members. This is what you see every day. An interpersonal relation in which others comply because they want to, not because they have to. Now this is very, very important. Because they want to, not because they have to. Now why do I stress this? The significance of that particular sentence. Somebody follows a leader, yeah,